Yeah, hi there, Asal. This is Michael, and I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. And you completed my independent speaking practice test number 1, and I'm going to download it and open it right now. So this is the, what is your favorite memory? Describe a place. What is your favorite memory while visiting the place? So it's a 2-part question which requires a 2-part response. Believe it or not, this question is fairly difficult. A lot of students have trouble with this one. Okay, let me see if I can figure out where I saved this. Okay, here it is.
When I was a child, I went to France with my parents. And I had a very good memory of the France because of 2 things: historical place and their food.
Now, it's not just why it's your favorite memory, it's what is your favorite memory. So I think you're misinterpreting what the question actually is. Let's go back to the question, because you want to make sure you frame your response in a way that directly answers the task that's being asked. So describe a place you visited as a child. You talked about France, visiting France. The problem is there's no way to describe France, the country. But maybe when you were in France, you might have visited a museum, maybe a school, you might have gone to someone's house. You have to focus around some specific aspect of your visit. That way you can have some description in there. All right, let's go back to your response.
When I was a child, I went to France with my parents, and I had a very good memory of the France because of 2 things: historical place and their food.
I would say not, I went to the France. Usually when we give a proper noun, there's exception to this rule, by the way, but usually countries, I went to France, I went to Germany, I went to Italy, I went to England. Usually when we give that specific name, we will not put the word the in front of it. Now the exception is if you use, for example, the United States, the United Kingdom, something along those lines. If you have a name that refers to a whole bunch of things, you probably put the before that one.
I enjoy to see the historical place like a museum, old and traditional buildings and statues. And their food, including the pizza, pasta and lasagna, which are very tasty for me, and I'm crazy about this food.
Yeah.
And I enjoy to eat this food.
You're making me hungry. I would say I enjoy eating this food, not I enjoy to eat this food.
Historical place and their food make me a very good memory of the France, and always I want to go to the France because I had a very good memory of the France.
Okay, so with this response, let me click on the rubrics here. I don't think you'll score very high on it, to be honest with you. I think part of your problem was, even though you get a general question, you don't want to give a general response. You have to ask yourself, what can you do in 45 seconds in terms of answering the question? So you talked about things very generally. So your biggest weakness right now, I think, with this particular practice test is your topic development. So your development is very limited. You use very basic details to help explain your ideas. You didn't really even answer the question directly. The question is describe a place and then explain what your favorite memory is while visiting that place. You talked about France, but you talked about France generally. You should have focused around some specific aspect of your visit and then take about 25 or 30 seconds describing that. And then talk about your favorite memory while visiting France. If it's food, then you can say, well, I specifically remember when we went to this particular restaurant in Paris and we ate pizza. I was with my mother, my father, my brother, my sister, and so on. So in this one, I'm going to put you at 2.0 out of 4, 15 points out of 30. So you need to more directly answer the question. You need much more detail, but the only way you can give more detail is to limit what you say. You have to be very focused in what you say. Take a look at my speaking lesson number 2 and also speaking lesson number 7. But remember, your biggest mistake was in the beginning, you explained why visiting France was your favorite memory, but that didn't really directly answer the question, so that's the main issue you had with this response. All right, so your score here is 2.0 out of 4, or 15 points out of 30 on this practice test.